So what I have noticed when I'm looking at your work, your very beautiful work in fact, is there seems to be an anthropomorphism in the work. Sometimes I feel I'm looking at a human being, but equally I feel perhaps I'm looking at some water-based animal, perhaps a jellyfish. I'm left unsure I'm left in a place of uncertainty, but I'm attracted to their great beauty and their flow and fluidity. Can you tell us about that, please?
Well, I think leaving room for the imagination and room for air to circulate around the painting, as it were, is really important in my work. I don't ever finish anything to a point where people are left in no doubt. I like the element of imagination and ambiguity and one thing going into another. I also like to combine the figurative with the landscape and bring in the odd surrealist aspect to them. It's all part of, it's all part of, I feel like, what's going on inside me as a person, sort of psychologically and physically, as I'm experiencing the world. I'm experiencing thoughts and feelings, and then the actual physical landscape of the anatomy. So combining all of these things together in the painting, but still leaving it a bit open.
In my understanding of your studies with dissection, how has it directly affected the look of your canvases? Has it affected your colour? Has it affected your drawing? Is it a way that your confrontation with the dissection of the human figure, has it directly changed how your work looks visually?
I think undoubtedly yes. Working directly from the cadavers has seeped into everything. For years and years I've studied from textbooks, I've studied from specimens, as well as obviously life models to sort of influence my work and try and get the inside and outside of the form. But seeing actually what was inside there completely blew my mind. It was a really challenging environment to work in, but so inspirational, and the colours and forms that were just changing in front of my eyes as the cadavers were being dissected were just absolutely mind-blowing.
I think it's particularly fascinating and has to be noticed that something I would regard as a great privilege. You have worked from the dead human body in dissections, and yet you've given us such a wonderful, life-affirming vision of colour and movement.
Well, I'm immensely grateful to have the opportunity to work from the cadavers, and I'm immensely grateful, obviously, to the people who donated their bodies. What came out of me most from it was this gratitude. I didn't know what I would get out of it. I didn't know what my reaction would be to it, but ultimately this immense gratitude to them and their families, but also just to life, and this immense inspiration. So yeah, it's been incredibly life-affirming, and the colours were so bright. It's not, it sounds weird maybe, but there wasn't anything really very morbid about it. Well, I undoubtedly, I do study a lot of contemporary art and more classical art as well. I feel though maybe as a female it feels, I don't know, I am coming at it from a very female point of view, and a lot of art from the past very much isn't. So it's incredibly inspirational to me, but at the same time there's that expression refracted through the male gaze, which you get a lot with figure painting. Whereas I think with my work, I really feel like I'm inhabiting the forms. I know what it's like to be within a female body, so it's not something I'm projecting upon it. It's very much coming from the inside out. and the painting's very much from the inside out as well.